In the story of human progress, few inventions have transformed the world as much as the railway. And the British railway system stands as one of the greatest examples of innovation, industrial power, and social change. Its journey began in the 16th and 17th centuries, when wooden wagonways were built to transport coal from mines to ports. Horses pulled carts along these tracks, and though primitive, they laid the foundation for what would become a revolutionary mode of transport. In 1804, Richard Trevithick in South Wales ran the world's first steam-powered locomotive, the Penwyderan engine. While it was not a commercial success, it proved beyond doubt that steam power could drive rail travel. 2 decades later, in 1825, George Stephenson's Locomotion No. 1 pulled the world's first public passenger and freight service on the Stockton and Darlington Railway. That moment changed history. The railway was no longer an experiment, but a working reality. Then in 1830 came a true breakthrough, the opening of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. It was the first intercity line, introducing double tracks, timetabled services, and reliable passenger journeys. This line captured international attention and set the template for modern railways around the globe. By the mid-19th century, Britain entered the era of railway mania. Investors poured millions of pounds into building new lines, and soon almost every major town, city, and port was connected by rail. In 1844, Parliament passed the Railway Regulation Act, requiring affordable third-class tickets so even the working poor could travel. Meanwhile, London pioneered the world's first underground railway, the London Underground, forever reshaping urban transport. By the end of the 19th century, Britain's rail network had spread to even the most remote rural areas. Advances such as steel rails, improved signalling, and the first electric trains were introduced. The railway had become not just a means of travel, but the backbone of the Industrial Revolution, powering coal, iron, textile, and trade industries across the nation. The 20th century brought new challenges. During both World Wars, Britain's railways were crucial for moving troops, weapons, and supplies, but the wars left the system damaged and financially strained. In 1948, the Labour government nationalised the railways, creating British Rail to unify and manage the entire network under state control. In the 1950s and 60s, Britain launched a bold modernisation plan. Steam engines were gradually phased out, replaced by diesel and electric trains. But in 1963, Dr. Richard Beeching's report led to sweeping closures of thousands of miles of track and hundreds of rural stations to reduce financial losses. Known as the Beeching Cuts, this decision remains one of the most controversial in railway history, saving money but isolating many communities. The 1970s and 80s marked a new era of speed and modernization. The InterCity 125 high-speed trains were introduced, capable of running at up to 200 km per hour, 125 miles per hour. These trains revolutionized intercity travel and became a symbol of British Rail's modernisation. In the 1990s, under Prime Minister John Major, the government privatised the railways. British Rail was dissolved, and operations were handed to private companies. The move sparked debate, but it introduced competition and investment. Meanwhile, 1994 saw the opening of the Channel Tunnel and the Eurostar service, directly linking London with Paris and Brussels at high speed, a milestone in European connectivity. The 21st century brought further innovation. The Elizabeth Line, Crossrail, opened in 2022, transformed London's commuter network with massive capacity, advanced signalling, and faster journeys. High-speed projects like HS1, and the ongoing HS2 plan, promised to reshape national travel by cutting journey times between London and northern cities. Today, Britain's railways are entering a new green era. Most major routes are already electrified, but many regional and rural lines still rely on diesel. To address this, the UK is pioneering battery-powered and hydrogen-powered trains. In 2024, Hitachi Rail successfully tested the UK's first intercity battery train, reducing diesel use by up to 50% and operating in zero-emission mode at stations. Great Western Railway launched fast-charging battery trials, with trains capable of running more than 300 kilometers on a single charge. These breakthroughs show that Britain is preparing for a future where railways will be fully sustainable and carbon neutral. Of course, challenges remain. Electrification projects are costly, HS2 has faced delays and political controversy, and rising ticket prices often spark public criticism. Yet, despite these hurdles, rail remains the backbone of Britain's transport network, moving millions of passengers daily and driving economic growth. From horse-drawn wagons on wooden tracks, to the steam age, to diesel, electrification, and now battery and hydrogen trains, the story of British railways is not just about machines and tracks, but about the people, policies, and progress that shaped modern society. And even today, when a high-speed train departs from London, its whistle echoes a message carried for nearly 2 centuries: no matter how great the distance, humanity will always find a way to move forward.